Hello, this is Pamela Keller Hallows. I'm in my old alma mater, Scottsdale Community College, in one of the private rooms to videotape myself for my SWU 374. So, what are 3 facts about myself that I can tell you? I have more facts, but those are some I can't tell you. So, most people think it's pretty interesting that I was in the last picture show. I had a not typecast part, a bit part, a character part. I played a town floozy in the last picture show, 1971. Peter Bogdanovich directed it. He's passed now. That was pretty fun. Lots of interesting things went on there. So I won't go on into that, or I'll get off task. My character's name was Jackie Lee French. And then the second fact about me is I was one of the first female sales reps in the country for Procter & Gamble when I lived in Nebraska. I traveled the entire state. Of course, I was hired to fill a slot. I was Jewish, a woman, and they needed that. But of course, we have to be careful because women cry and we're emotional. I had 117 retail accounts and 2 major warehouses, and I outsold all the men. I always ranked number 3, which that did not make them very happy. And of course, I was successful because I was, you know how women are successful. Wrong. So anyway, the third thing is that ethnically I am Jewish. However, in 2014, after my brother was missing for 15 years, we found him in Poston, Texas. A Christian missionary had taken him in as he was passing. And at that point, I decided I better study Christianity. And I then became a Christian in belief. The other part of that is, in doing my genealogy, I've learned that I'm part Cherokee on my dad's side and part Choctaw. And it can be documented. However, the reason I did the research was not to find out if I was, to gain anything to go to school, but was more for my own personal satisfaction. So I'm reading because I'm afraid I'll leave something out. The other question that was asked was, identify a specific zone or circumstance. Well, I'm in the growth zone. I can't talk. I'm in the growth zone. I'm constantly internally examining and reflecting on myself and my thoughts and my actions and weighing them out, and my perceptions about others. I can tend to be judgmental. Am not as much now, looking at people regarding their race, physicality, and whatever. I grew up in Dallas, Texas in the 50s. This is quite different then. It was a period of time where there was racial tension, but I, as a child, was not fully aware of it. I was more aware at a sensory level of class differences, rich and poor, and that sort of thing. But I never heard the words Nigger or black or colored or any of that. My mom grew up on a farm, and she worked with black people, and they pulled her on their gunny sack. So the friends my mom and dad had, they always just called them by their name. So to me, it was very strange, and especially studying in social work, all of these different labels, and I'm constantly aware of what I say and the words that I use. I'm very careful. I don't want to ever hurt anyone. So I would actually have to say, and Rebecca was my mom's assistant director of her school, and she was my second mother. And she saved me so many times. I was a little stinker growing up, got into all sorts of interesting things. So that's how I thought of, here, see, I go again with what label do I use. I like to say people of color. To me, when you say colored, everybody is a color, depending on what you think of that color as. So that's pretty much about me. And I am a vintage person as well, as you probably can tell. No, I'm not 100. I'm only going to be 75 in December. Grateful I can go to school. Grateful I don't have dementia. Thankful that I'm still learning and here on the planet. And that will do it for today. Thank you so much. Bye now.